Faculty of Food and Computer Sciences of this university. At this point in time, we'll start and we expect that we all settle their place. To start our important program such as this, we sing our anthem. And so I want us to start with the national anthem. This has corrected me that whoever has attended any of our program is such an important person. So we are all important. But then this morning we have people who be in charge of our affairs. And it is therefore my pleasure to invite tonight the representative of the Vice Chancellor, our own Deputy Vice Chancellor, It is also my pleasure to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Innovations, Professor Durotimi. Please come to the agency. I want to invite to the ITB2 the representative of the Registrar of the University, Mrs. Juliana Oyetola. I'm going to invite someone so special to us, and so special to this occasion, our guest lecturer, Dr. OLALEKAN, KUOYE, Ph.D., the owner of IMASAYI-YEWA in Ogun State. University librarian, Dr. Sarah Adefuka-Igba, very rising. As said, we will be honored to have science and handwork. A lot of please do announce to all this morning that previous faculties of the university please join me in recognizing the presence of the Dean of Management Sciences, Professor KOFOWOROLADE. And now the Director of the Professor we have the presence of our Chairman Secretary of Peace and Progress, Professor Pictures and I am pleased and honored that we have former promoter of the natural resources, Professor LUKMAN. We have Professor OLALEKAN, Dean of the we have a very senior professor of this university, Professor KOFOWOROLADE, and I'm pleased to inform us that we have our following the Dean of our Sciences, Professor Professor Justice Ekwoyefari. At this point, the Vice Chancellor will please permit me to inform us that we have faculty officers for all our faculties in the university. Please be upstanding for recognition, sir. Mrs. Adesina, the Faculty Officer of Food and Consumer Sciences. You are welcome. I will especially want to announce the presence of an officer of the university who is from Ogun State, Mr. Tunde Akinade. You are welcome, sir. At this point, with the kind permission of Mr. Vice Chancellor, may I invite the podium the Dean of the Faculty of Food and Consumer Sciences, Professor Emmanuel Adeleke, present his own.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, whom I decided to find as the captain of this institution, Professor Kalemi, and the governing council of the institution, I welcome all our royal fathers. You are all welcome because we know that it's because of the love that we have for our history. That is why we are able to make it here through thick and thin. The Mozart, the president, the registrar, the board, the university, and our deputy vice chancellor. So thank you for coming to this occasion. Like I said in the opening ceremony there, I believe that we want to, while we have this kind of gathering, having monarchs in our institution. And I mentioned quickly that this occasion was facilitated by all of us in the faculty. The impression of it, but it is good for me to mention this because it's something that is very, very interesting. And I visited in the course called that this is the first time this is gathering. I think we need to recognize our real father for myself. That's what they have extended unto us. Please, can we recognize them? Before I will continue, I also want to recognize our committee. Because we have things, we have the question. We have the committee under the controller of the Deputy Vice Chancellor and the Deans of the National. Thank you very much. I will quickly mention that I also recognize my members of staff, the Faculty of Food and Consumer Sciences, where we are having different committees, the LOC and the other. Then we have the think tank that are also there. I want to appreciate all of you for this thing that you have conceived and giving back to this event. Both my senior commissioner are there and my junior commissioner. I really appreciate every member of staff for the teamwork that I've done that's giving back to this occasion. I will also want to mention something here. An important personality. Everybody is important. But I would like to mention one of our fathers here, an indigenous professor, who I believe is the angel that God actually used while we are having to initiate this faculty. When I said to him, he replied, I was thinking that maybe you know, but it was to my surprise. He was able to make it here. The person was Professor Fawani from biology. He told me between me and him and understand. While I was recognizing other equipment gadget, I will not really overlook anybody. I'm not going to use this phrase that everybody is recognized. Town and gown is what actually came back to this thing, that town and gown. I remember telling them when one of my fathers gave a lecture here, by Professor I.A. Adeyemi is our father in the faculty, even from where we came from, food science and engineering. He delivered this lecture, and this lecture normally touched my mind down and down. The message there was that there should be a synergy between the gangs and the town. People in the community, normally like the fathers, the chiefs, the monarchs. And the thing that the fact of now started ruminating, having it carry out this, having it in fragments, having it in bits. But when I look at how can we make this to be grown up, my God grace to our disciples that had their findings, get their information or their results. To be populated through internet, through communication, and what have you. But I want to come to make sure that we bridge the gap between the gangs and the towns. And so the think tank we have got to have we should get somebody that is an hybridized monarch that has both the gang and the town. And we need to now relate and suggestions are made. Most of those who find they can be town. Let's now find somebody who combine both gangs and town that will be able to understand our language. And so we look around and we are able to get people who is an academic, who has gangs. And who is the traditional person that will be able to bridge the gap and convey the impact of colleges, polytechnics, universities to each community? What can we gain by having a children in the town? What are the losses? And my findings show that most of the findings show that the disadvantage that are normally emphasized, student violence, rule-ups, scarcity of food and commodities, accommodating problem. Not knowing that there are so many hidden advantages that are in the gang when they are in the town. And so we need to move around, we have some questions, and by God grace, we are able to fish out our monarch. Our monarch, over Dr. LUKMAN OLALEKAN ADELEKE KUOYE, who has his time as a PhD holder in social work. We are not talking about what is the link between food and social work. You need to now ask questions differently. And at the end of the find out that the role of social workers in supporting national intervention as far as food insecurity is concerned becomes a paramount importance. And that is where we are today. And I want to mention, I remember when we made a visit to the long distance course, very long distance. It was a day two. When we got there, it's as if we are at the back of or at the show, the way we were received. All the chiefs, they were assembled, waiting for us. And we didn't look at ourselves, but the monarch actually made us very good. My police are here to testify to that. We had a nice time there, we had a discussion, and we gladly accepted to come and dish out his own contribution as far as time is concerned. So the monarch, over Dr. LUKMAN, is a renowned and well-seasoned social work expert. And when we approached him, we gladly accepted, and to our surprise, we still bring some other monarchs with him. So on behalf of the Golden Council and the Vice Chancellor, Professor LUKMAN, Senate and the Presidency Committee, I welcome you on board as we enjoy our monarch as the leader. Thank you very much.
We thank Mr. King for welcoming us to this lecture. Please very quickly recognize the presence of the Dean of Computing and Informatics, Professor Abdul. We also have the very distinguished father of consumer science, Professor It is now time for the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor LUKMAN, represented by the Vice Chancellor, starting by the Professor to present his address.
Royal Majesty, Kábíyèsí Ọba LUKMAN Ọlálékan Adeleke Ph.D, FCIM, the KOFOWOROLADE 5, Olu of IMASAYI-YEWA, Ogun State of Nigeria. I want to use our Kábíyèsí as a point of contact to all other Kábíyèsís that are here present this morning across Ogun and Oyo State, and even up to the Federal Republic, the Republic of Benin. You are welcome. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics and Innovation, the University Registrar, they are represented, the University Bossa, also they are represented, the University Librarian, they are present. Deans and heads of departments, members of Senate and the University community, esteemed faculty members, our dear students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here this afternoon to represent the Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Razak Olatunde Romkani. It gives me great joy and deep sense of fulfillment to welcome you all to this very important occasion. A moment where tradition meets academia and where knowledge is used as a tool for national progress. Today's public lecture, put together by the Faculty of Food and Consumer Sciences, is not just another academic gathering. It is a clear reflection of our collective resolve to address real-world problems through meaningful dialogue and scholarly engagements. Let me begin by paying special tribute to our revered royal father and guest lecturer of today, His Royal Majesty Ọba LUKMAN Ọlálékan Adeleke KUOYE, Ph.D, FCIM, We are particularly grateful that Your Majesty has not only accepted to grade this public lecture, but has also committed to supporting the infrastructural development of this faculty, including laying the foundation stone for its proposed new building. For this, because it's young man, don't clap for royal father. For this, let us say, God bless you. This is no small act. It is rather a seed of vision, one that will bear fruit for generations to come. On behalf of the entire Lautech community, I say, in the past week, thank you to our royal father. The theme of this public lecture, navigating food insecurity and health, the role of social workers in supporting nutritional interventions, will not have come at a better time. Food insecurity remains a profound global concern. It goes beyond hunger. It goes into the very core of health, dignity, stability, and survival. In Nigeria and many parts of the world, millions still struggle to access safe, nutritious, and sufficient food. While nutritionists, agriculturists, and policymakers often take the spotlight in addressing these issues, today we turn our attention to an often under-acknowledged group, social workers. These selfless professionals are the true food soldiers of social development in our society. They are the bridge between vulnerable communities and the support systems designed to serve them. They not only offer help, they offer hope. In the field of nutritional intervention, social workers are indispensable. From championing behavioral change, leading community sensitization campaigns, advocating for better policies, to delivering hands-on services to the undeserved. Their workers is quiet. Their work is quiet, yet powerful. Uncelebrated, yet essential. At NUTRITIONAL University of Technology in Mosul, we take immense pride in being a solution-driven institution. We are not just about producing graduates. We are about nurturing leaders, thinkers, and change makers. We are proud to be recognized as the best state-owned university in Nigeria. Not just in name, but in performance and impact. The public lecture is a demonstration of our commitment to academic excellence that speaks directly to the needs of the society. To the Dean of the faculty, the staff, and leadership of the Faculty of Food and Consumer Sciences, I commend your foresight, professionalism, and commitment to scholarship. You have once again reminded us why this faculty is an indispensable pillar of our university. To the local organizing committee, I say well done. You have made this university proud. To our students that present today, you are the reason we are doing what we are doing. I urge you to take this opportunity seriously. Learn, engage, ask questions, be inspired. Today's ideas are the seeds that will shape your future contributions to our society. As we eagerly await the laying of the foundation stone for the faculty's proposed building plan, let us not see it as just another brick and mortar structure. It is the beginning of a new chapter, a physical symbol, in fact, a symbol of growth, of shared dreams, and of the endless possibilities that come with vision, collaboration, and philanthropy. Once again, Your Royal Majesty, thank you for writing your name in gold in the history of this great university. I'm very grateful for that. April 9, 2025 shall forever be remembered as a landmark day, a day of vision, a day of unity, and a day of progress. May the Almighty God continue to bless you all, bless this noble faculty, and bless our great institution, Lagote Akintola University of Technology in Kuoye, the pride of many states, the envy of many institutions, and the gold standard for excellence in education. And on this note, with great honor and profound enthusiasm, I hereby declare, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of this great university, this public lecture open. Thank you, and God bless you.
We appreciate the Vice Chancellor who has done us proud, who has declared this. But before we call on Professor OYESOKUN to lead this occasion of the guest lecturer, we have to recognize the presence of the Honorable member of the University of FCIM, representing the Commercial Laws, and representing the Stamford. I also want us to recognize the Dean of Pure and Applied Sciences, Professor OYESOKUN, who is here represented by his deputy, Professor YEWA. At this point, I want to hear from Professor OYESOKUN who leads the citation.
Good morning, Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the IMASAYI, Strategy and Development. I count it as a great honor to read the citation of His Royal Majesty LUKMAN ADELEKE KUOYE, Ph.D, emphasis complete. FCIM, OYESOKUN, Olu of IMASAYI, a renowned Oba among Obas in Yewa land and Ogun State by extension. Mosoba wíwọ̀n ìdíje o, mo jìnnà sọ́ba wíwọ̀n ẹgbẹ̀rún. Nígbà tí wọ́n kà mí òfò dèsì, torí èmi ò rọ́bà fún ẹni tó rọ́bà fún lọ́ba ń pa. In the permission of the Vice Chancellor, ably represented by Professor OYESOKUN, I want to humbly request that you remain standing as I take your citation. His Royal Majesty Oba OLALEKAN ADELEKE KUOYE was born to the family of Prince quarters, OYESOKUN living house of IMASAYI-YEWA North government area, and to Princess to the Arts ADELEKE KUOYE, me and living of KOYE ruling house. You can see that KBC has a royal plot. Adodo slash Otalu government area in Ogun State some years back. LUKMAN KUOYE started his elementary education at United African Methodist Church (UNFC) school at Adodo. Due to KBC's neatness and brilliance, he was made the school prefect from primary school, that is primary 4, and later became the senior prefect when he got to primary 6. He proceeded to secondary school at St. Commercial High School, that is now referred to as St. Stephen's Comprehensive High School in Adodo in 1979. And he did his West African School Certificate examination in June 1984. Due to the smartness of the young Oba and his high intellectual quotient, KBC also represented his primary and secondary schools at many inter-school competitions, where he won many laureates. Let's go on that. Young Oba had flair for social activities. No wonder he lived after social work since his secondary school days, and he was a member of the Students' Representative Council, Boy Scouts movement, Literacy and Debating Society, Young Farmers Club, and Muslim Students Society of Nigeria, just to mention a few. His earlier ambition was to be a newscaster or a lawyer, where he was standing before the judge to defend his clients. However, man proposes, God disposes. God had another plan for our Oba, and could not establish his career at the end of the aforementioned disciplines. He later gained admission to the prestigious St. Andrew's College of Education, Sanquet, now known as Emmanuel Adeline College of Education, where he studied political science and English. Young LUKMAN was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth, so when he was in Oyo, he engaged in petty trading to support himself on campus, through buying and selling of daily newscasts to his lecturers, who have helped him in diverse ways. I think our students are reading something there. He was instrumental to the admission of his associate in the same institution. Oba KUOYE later joined his friends in the transport business for years, which turned into an experienced commercial bus conductor and later became a professional commercial driver, which he did for some years. The cancer of one of his fathers, the then Ph.D. of Fine Arts at St. Andrew's College of Education, a person of Chief Professor Nathaniel, made him to further his education in social work and obtain diploma in social work administration. He later obtained BSc in sociology and master's degree in social work from the prestigious Lagos State University, Lagos State. Oba KUOYE had worked in many private and public organizations. He worked with the defunct Associated Breweries and Company Limited at Agara, Ogun State in 1985. He also joined ADELEKE Commercial Services as the commercial manager. Struggling very hard to become an important personality in life, KBC purchased his first commercial vehicle on his comment from Always Motors Limited and YEWA North Local Government in 1992. During this period, Oba KUOYE was very popular and hardworking, which made his nickname LUKMAN a household name in the international business circles he did. He also worked with an NGO, Imagine Community Development Initiative, ECDI, as a project director. The NGO was one of the accredited NGOs that handle HIV/AIDS, that is AIDS, advocacy and management there. Due to his popularity and financial status, he joined politics and was a targeted politician, which earned him several political appointments. After his public services to the state government, Oba Koye secured the federal government work with National Identity Management Commission in Abuja, and he served the Niger State Office and was later redeployed to the state as an assistant manager. He became the first chairman of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, ASCSN, that is NINC chapter, Ogun State unit until his resignation in 2021. After his master's degree in last year 2010, Oba Koye had his 9 months mandatory practical at the Neuropsychiatric Hospital Arrow in Abeokuta State. He made attempts to pursue his PhD in some of the Nigerians in several universities both abroad and also in Nigeria. However, this idea was transitioned due to financial constraints. He later applied to Cyprus International University, CIU, to study public health and was admitted. However, after he had obtained study leave, where he was working at NINC, which was approved without pay. While preparing for his 3-year relocation to Cyprus, his plan was interrupted as he was called divinely to ascend the throne of his forefathers in 2020. Can we say that? After deep consultations with Ifa Oreku, by the OYESOKUN ruling house elders, led by the OYESOKUN Oba Koye, emerged, and his nomination was approved by the Executive Council of Ogun State, led by Prince Jacob Abiodun CON. This brought LUKMAN as the 16th Olu of IMASAYI-YEWA land. The staff and instruments of office were presented to him on 21st August 2021. Oba Koye was institution that is in Benin for 3 months, but his doctoral ambition never slipped one of his hands. He then purchased the doctorate degree form in LASU and started the academic journey in 2021. He completed his doctorate degree on record time. Oba LUKMAN Koye has traveled far and wide. He has visited Spain, Germany, United States of America, Qatar, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Ghana, Lumel, and the Republic of Benin. Oba Koye has attended many seminars and conferences locally and internationally. He is a member of many professional associations, International Federation of Social Workers, Nigeria Association of Social Workers, Association of Medical Social Workers of Nigeria, and Nigeria Association of Social Work Educators. Oba Koye is a patron of Police Community Relations Committee, State Headquarters in the State, patron Ayutoro Area Command, patron Adodo Area Community Development Council. Oba is man of the people. Life patron Orega State CDA. Life patron, Chef Life Charity and Empowerment Foundation Island is also the convener founder of ADELEKE Foundation, the CEO, LUKMAN Global Investments Limited, and is also the chairman, Royal Irish LUKMAN Nigeria Enterprises. LUKMAN ADELEKE is a permanent member of the State Council of Obas. Permanent member, YEWA Traditional Council, member, Nigeria Council for Traditional Rulers, member, Southern Obas Council, past president of Rotary Club of Arts of Alta, charter president, Rotary Club of Adodo, past president, Rotary Club of Adodo. Oba Koye has represented the chairman of the State Council of His Majesty Oba Dr. ESV Kehinde Gbadewole Olumile MFR, that is the paramount ruler of YEWA land, has many functions, including honor limited to the meeting of Nigerian Governors Forum and Traditional Council of Nigeria at the banquet hall. That is in Aso Rock and the proposed bill before the National Assembly on rules of the traditional rulers. Oba Koye, married to the late Elijah Fasilat and Koye, Olori Alaja Sherifat Owoshere KUOYE, and Olori Rashida Funilade Taiwo KUOYE. Oba KUOYE is a devoted Muslim. He is blessed with children, including a set of female twins. He is a cheerful giver who believes in the service to humanity as a Unitarian, a professional social worker, and a grassroots person. Oba Adeleke's hobbies are reading, meeting people, and driving. As you can see, traveling all the way from Ogun State to Ogbomoso. The Vice Chancellor sir is represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Strategy and Development, all dignitaries on the high table, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you this morning His Majesty, the champion of the people, a philanthropist, a benevolent, a socialite, a Rotarian speaker, a custodian of tradition of IMASAYI-YEWA, a compassionate advocate of LUKMAN, ADELEKE, KUOYE, Ph.D, FCIM, OYESOKUN, the owner of IMASAYI-YEWA, to come and present his election. Welcome, sir. Can we set up your scene as Kábíyèsí comes to the floor?
I want to really appreciate Madam at Citation. You are done a lot of justice to and we are simply alerted the students here that is not rest on your ways. Yes, I give all the education that is allowed. Who has given me the opportunity to be here today. And I want to especially appreciate the VC, Professor Ron. In fact, I've been to many institutions. When I met him this morning, I was even surprised that our landlord was standing side. I did not even know the man was the VC of this institution. I give it to him. And really represented by our own DVC academics, Professor Okuni. And I want to be special. I can't even believe me because I can't start on the already established school. Because if I do that, it's like not doing justice to what we made on that when we came on board the school. The registrar, another top management of the school of the IT. But I cannot do without appreciating Professor Akman. For me, we are moving to my brother, Dr. KOYE, when he presented big guys. Let us go and invite the people of IMASAYI. Sadly, Dr. KOYE is my subject because his mother is from IMASAYI. And I did not even believe in when I was starting for how to get my PhD done. When I arrived at the page, I'll forward it to you. When you go to it, and in fact, he has really done well for you. Because, like the others say, learning is from able to give. And whoever that wants to learn and learn, you must not hesitate to approach anybody, no matter how younger or aged. I appreciate you. And that is one of the reasons I have been fit that I must leave a mark in this sense. take most of it to do that. And I'm very sure one night Allah will assist me to complete the record time. Also, I want to really appreciate my traditional leaders, especially from His Majesty I know, the Bobadi, and a lot of when I was following for the ascension of the truth, whatever I do at the prayer, you have to give God the glory and accept that in justice. What the Lord has to do. I want to also acknowledge my brother, the senior. He was there before me, but I can't be there at his supporter. That is Oba Kazim Abi Ibalu Amosu Amanda. Also, I want to appreciate Sankoda Oba Mutsi Mawal will be the Ph.D. Thank God for the yes, I have made that good example. After my own competition last year, please do not hesitate to invite us to the whole competition. I'm just competing also, I want to also recognize the finest Oba Yewa land, Oba Buhari, please don't come back. Also, Oba Emina Aditi Olubalosu Olumilese Olagbawan, the first Oba and that the community over 11 years that the community very well. In fact, on any political on any issue that will bring the development to the entire land, we are in fact, he has a managing that is no other person, Mr. ADELEKE. And one of the apostles that the marginalization of rural land, this time I'm get there, and God will help us. And other guests here, the press and the students, having it before you is just to send this signal to you that nothing will be used for getting percentage of academics. Now, today I'm presenting to you as a registered social worker, the synergy between social work and food and consumer sciences. You get there today. I'm giving my teaching of 30 minutes. I hope you are monitoring. I must be able to do justice to whatever you are doing. Navigating food insecurity and health. So the role of social work and solution supporting nutritional interventions. Before any topic can be called a researchable topic, it must have two important variables. What are the variables? Independent and dependent variables. If you look at this one, navigating food insecurity and health. What's the meaning? In research, it has no meaning. That one is depending on the role of social workers in supporting nutritional intervention. But if I come to you and say, I want to write on navigating food insecurity and health, you ask me a question. What are you writing on? Because it's not there. The challenge is not there. But once I tell you the role of social work, intervention and solutions, then it will make a meaning to you. So, what are the key words in this topic? Food is very, very important and to us. It's food. The substance in table and papers and food comfortable. In the process of taking food, it is personal, it is four important components that makes you choose food. What you ingest, you take food after ingestion. It goes to digestion. After digestion, absorption takes place. If you digest, your system will absorb the good ones that will work for your body. If you are taking a balanced diet, the balanced diet you are taking will still go through these processes. And the final process is digestion. After taking it, after eating it, after absorption, after digestion, then you ingest, you remove the waste ones. That is what is called food. Food, we have carbohydrates, we have vitamins. In fact, food is anything nutritious that will do our body and food. Then we also have food insecurity. What is food insecurity? It is known to you and I. Before President Bola comes up with this idea of renewed hope in agricultural sector, that we have an opportunity during now to rice and other food items to people. There was serious scarcity of food in Nigeria. We cannot access it. These foods are not available to us. The foods are there, the price of the food very dear for us to get. At least for now, but I don't know what is happening here in the rest of the world. There's others that are wondering of food. But in our own area, a tube of an Hausa, that is one issue. He said for about 1,000 pounds. How many homes can afford that? That's what you are talking about. Food insecurity, because it's not affordable to us. We have the food, but we don't have what we can use to get these foods. That is hence. Yes, that is not mere absence of physical and emotional presence. Because you will see a lot of people going on the road, you assume they are okay. But internally, they don't have. They are not okay. Mentally, they are not okay. Psychologically, they are not okay. Why? As I'm standing before you, if I didn't tell you I'm on drugs, you can't know. If any other person did not tell you he's on drugs, you cannot know. That is not everybody that you see on bed that you say, he's sick. A lot of us here, either emotional sickness, psychological sickness, because someone that a woman that is treated as a husband is also emotionally sick, and the person are coming from that end. When you hear somebody that is committing suicide and is talking to Lamu, if you are okay, why should you talk to Lamu? That must be a reason for it. That person is seeing psychologically. And like they always say, problems shared is half of the household. If you share a problem with your partner, at least he or she will be able to tell you that, okay, why did you do this way? That will reduce the level of depression, psychosis, and other mental disorder. That is it. Social worker, we are the operator. Social workers are the operator. We are on ground. In fact, it's only in Nigeria that social work professionals are. And social work is a professional-based discipline and academic-based discipline. We work directly with people. We work directly with community. We work directly with anybody. In fact, in overseas, hardly you see a settlement, a house, an hospital, a school, without at least a social worker. Because we interact, we work with communities, we serve humanity. And the key word in social work practice is observation. As I'm talking here, I'm watching all the guests on seat. I'm watching everyone. That is the key word in social work practice. And that is social worker for we are the service provider. We also call ourselves social engineers. That is social work. You see the synergy between social work and this faculty. Whatever you are doing to get the students together, we are in a position to take it down to the grassroots. Next slide. Yes, factors affecting food insecurity. Poverty. Yes, poverty is one of the factors. How many of us can afford it to have indeed? It's a factor. Why? Because we don't have money. Like you of us, how much is our salary? You want to eat good food, you want to buy meat, you want to buy stuff, you want to buy hostel, you want to do good place. When FCIM was assessing us this morning, he said, this other was super. Any other that is not ready, that doesn't have God, who sell another person's property to make good things. That's the truth. Because the cost of hostel and still your town gives very dear. So that is the level of, because you don't have, there is no money in this country. We are talking about that is over. Unemployment. Unemployment is because if you don't work, you can get money. If you don't get money, you cannot improve food. The unemployment level is increasing daily. In this institution, the number of lecturers and academic staff that are supposed to be in the school, because
the subvention from the government, they don't get any capable of managing those people. You see a faculty or a department with less than the number of lecturers required. It's because of unemployment. Because if you are not employed, you cannot eat food, you cannot get food. Even if you see the food, you cannot buy it. Next is no income. Like I said, how much are you taking as a custodian and translator that you put on the road? How much are you giving us? But we manage. We eat in the morning and night. Afternoon, the lunch is always limited. Anybody that is telling you take breakfast and you take lunch and it's told it's morning and night. And I'm very sure it's what you are taking here. At times, morning is also skilled because of students. They want to go back to school, they want to get some fees. That is where state of preference comes in. Absence of affordable housing. Yes, at times you come to a level that you sit down, madam, please, between this and this, which one to go first? Yes, you want to get a house. Our children are in higher institution. How do we pay their school fees? Then, I'm very sure you know our wives. They prefer getting a house. You see what Professor Korea has just said for me now. Because there, the possibility of engaging in other university areas is not there. That is the effect of absence of affordable. But if our government, Nigerian government, is yielding to this housing problem, at least the government supposed to, at least those on the item supposed to have a very low cost. Low cost, if you are saying that giving them low cost and you are telling them to pay 10 million, how do they get that? They are responding low in that high housing scheme. That one is a high housing scheme. Also, disability. Someone that cannot practice disabled, possibility of having affordable food is equally there. Because somebody that is depending on another family to make good ends meet is another factor. But in other places, what is key and important is we also take adequate care of disabled persons. It's also part of our assignment as social worker to making sure that these people are not neglected, these people are taken adequate care of, and at times giving them opportunity of having affordable food. And finally, there was race and ethnicity. There was a time the Netherlands said they are not bringing food to the entire South again. It's another factor that is affecting Islamic Islam. Poor neighborhood condition. Yes, as the traditional ruler, if I don't have enough, how can I give? I don't have enough. You cannot say because I love you, I cannot love you more than myself. Because the Bible always says, love your neighbor as you love you, not that more than yourself. That is what the Bible says. I don't know if I have taken on you. So I cannot love you more than myself. After taking care of myself, it's now your turn. Chronic health conditions, like I already said, someone that has been tempted with partial stroke, how can you expect that person to get good food? How? God will help us. It will not be our portion. Lack of access to available health care. At times, if I go for medical check-up in Lagos, I paid nothing less than 290 to 300,000 per annum. Not one check-up. Yeah, I buy drugs and everything, or in something thousand. how many people can afford that? It's supposed to be primary responsibility of government to give us what we call health insurance certificate, so that anywhere you go with that certificate, you can be adequately taken care of without paying a dime. It will be subsidized by the government. It's another factor that is equally affecting us. You have to choose between managing your health and eating. And what you are eating, are they nutritious? Because some of the health challenges we are having now is not about we are not taking care of ourselves. But the food we eat, instead of cooking a raw food, we go to Italy, buy these junks, and at the end of the day, it will be detrimental to our health. Also, systemic racism and racial discrimination. That one is more or less of what I said about the Netherlands. The Netherlands have said they are not bringing food to the south. And we too in the south, we are getting prepared. Yesterday, I represented the chairman of the State Council of Commerce at a program in Malawi. What's the distributed here? It's like a new group agenda on agriculture. We are getting prepared. We are getting prepared. 20 NF tractors were distributed, and a lot of things, including seedlings, were distributed to farmers just to boost what they are doing. And if you come to my area, at least I won't mention it, but we have no street farm here. It's working about 250 hectares of farmland. The productivity is very high, and we are getting there. Yes, nutritional and physical. Nutritional intervention and savings. What we eat also helps us. And social work, we know our own. Nutritional intervention for nutrition programs. There are a lot of programs. Yes, I can look at KUOYE. Kabisi. Don't eat chunks. Eat fresh vegetable. Eat. You know, most of these food are not processed in a way that will not help us. At least with that, I can look at Professor Conley. Well, let me use myself as an example. As you see, first thing in the morning, I take water. I don't drink ice water. I take room temperature water. After taking that, I do little exercise because this morning to have walked down here. Then I don't just sit down area. That is what I'm doing. From there, I'm trying to reduce the level of fats in my body. So at least we recommend nutritional counseling. We only do that, like I already said, tell our clients what and what to take that will help the body and soul. Maybe living services. Maybe living services, there are some organizations that take it to your doorstep. They know what to do for you to take it to your doorstep. Food recovery and distribution programs. Yes, you get food from here and there. You know, we will sit down, we tell Professor Akoni, you need to do money like normally do during Ramadan, at the end of Ramadan, or during Ramadan. We go to have, we have to share it to the people that is there. Community-based cooking classes, like home economy students, people who are now they are coming now. They will tell you how to prepare the food and prepare the body and soul and put them together. We have also community-based cooking classes, in fact, but there are certain things I want to talk about because I don't require that I have to attach to this people class. So let me really come down so that at least only thing about what we saw only to pass through and we complain. But to buy this one, to buy today, that was so big now. So you have to come down and do so that everybody will understand what I'm saying. Classes, you can arrange people like in focus group discussions. You bring people together, you buy food items, you cook for them. This is how best you have seen, best you have seen, and best you have served. You tell them, can you go there? Garden and the man of the initiative. Right away, let me go better. You don't need to get hectares or acres of land before you farm. In your backyard, you can only grow vegetables. You get a sack, put it there, without much ado, you just get there, you put water in the water, you go back, you check. Suddenly, you will also become man because from there, you get it. If you cannot prepare for everybody, everybody will prepare for yourself. Right now, the market slides. Yeah, social work intervention. Yes, advocate for community development. It's a primary assignment as a social worker to tell you that this is what you can do. In fact, I want to tell you this. When my citation was read, you hear a lot of these things. I'm a grassroots man. If you get to my community, you will not, Professor Akabe and Dr. Koyi can attest to me, and other members of the community. I don't class myself. I have brought myself over to the level of my subjects. And that's the only way I can bring them up. So studying to be coming up together with them. And if I stand before you and say, if I tell them, study with me, I'm jettisoning them as my subject. But the primary assignment given to me, and that is what I'm talking from about Josiah I know. Because the very first day I met him, he was in the middle of his people. So great. So, as a traditional man, we must be within our people. We must bring ourselves lower, down to the level. And again, we start coming up together with them. We start raising them together. That is why I'm also using this opportunity to appeal to the school management. In order to get this, in order to synergize with our communities, we must help us bring at least the faculty to IMASAYI that I can be monitoring for you. I'm ready to give land for that free of charge. The number of figures so that at least all of us will work up together. We must face management. Yes, social workers manage a lot of cases. You bring your problems to us, then we cancel you, talk to you. At least when I was before my assessment, I had completed a lot of things. Why do you want to leave your husband? What has he done? What is the issue? What's the issue is protected? Because one of the key important things in social work practices case management. When you are managing a case, after managing that client, there is something called own circumstance. You go to the environment where that client is residing. You know the reason why he or she is behaving this. The problem is that why is he standing that way? That is his work for me. So manage a lot of cases. When I was doing my internship in Ireland in 2010, there was this woman. She was referred from the US to the representative for management. When she was plagued, that is medical term, sorry, whatever my plague patient or client. When she was plagued, I now, and the one is very pretty lady. She was on admission in our room. She was on data work, drug addiction, and so, see, that's a problem. now say, we can do a body, Papa, you affair at the moment. When we came to, I discovered that my uncle is from United, and that's from Ife. And our parents says we are not compatible. So, at the end of the day, human now, we started taking drugs, that's management. Not gas, cathanol, that they are taking. Take drugs. Not like using from Galilee and toilet, but drugs are now cancerous. And teacher nothing, I will never another marriage. They are living comfortably. The woman is living comfortably right now. That is his management. That is our whole association. Also, common initiative needs now. There are a lot of initiatives that everybody left to support. The end of December and I'm support. Well, I it's not already at the fair anymore. That's it. It's not already at the fair. So, if you are lucky to have someone, manage everything at the level of management, or else, as I know, not going to work very also, more affordable housing and said that if government don't remember she gave it now according to I agree this to most people who know they are first were discussing something and I took interest in that after the Paris also even he said there was a lady he had gotten the child which was and she wanted to talk about the not the one to assist. Look at the legends of who wanted to these are some of the things. And so, increase awareness and education in the community. It's not in community and in schools. Because we must learn how to talk to our students. Advocacy. We tell them what are that is good. Now, because the Nigerian economy is not stable, but it's improving now. It's not everybody, but at least we must come to do that so that they don't want to this and pay who are dancing. I go along. It will never be a question. Communications is very key. Community members and government advocates, workers and other mental health professionals. That's so communication is also key. If you apart from communication, if you are communicating through DVC, no student, you come. What's happening? What's wrong with you? When that's happening, it's part of it. When you are just as a student, do not hesitate to go to the appropriate quarters to share your moment with them. They are in position to assist. They have seen more than you have seen. They have had more than you have had. So they are in position to guide you on the water. I don't know if this started representing as a counseling unit. But it's good to have a counseling unit. You have social workers. You have social workers. Okay, So, it's part of our assignment as social workers role in assessment and implementation of food insecurity. We have to assess. We have to look at it. In a bottle farm, you will see oúnjẹ bó ṣe kú wà. It is a primary assignment as a social worker, and it is the primary assignment of nutritionist to tell us that if we buy that because we must standardize. Connecting clients are sacred because in social work practice we have no circumstance because before if you are being managed in a psychiatric hospital before you are discharged, social workers should go to where they are discharged because they will give you 3 months trial leave. If they are assumed they are getting better before they discharge you, social workers will go to that environment. Don't go into garage. The about discharge you see at the garage. Consider if you go into the padà. Ìdí òkú ni àgbè òní àgbè. Ọmọ tó ń gbé tẹ̀fẹ́ fún gáràjì tẹ̀lé kó lọ sí ti gáràjì ìjẹ́bẹ̀ lórí. Wọ́n sọ fún ọdún tó dìá ìrọ̀ sáfà ní this don't give this client that don't give this client the diary now until another that is why we have to have the psychiatric hospital. We have some people here that they have spent more than 70 years in that regard. The government is taking out. In fact, we have some that when they die, is the primary responsibility of our federal government to bury them, give them a dignity burial. In fact, there was a time where they want to be psychosis and not normally cases and not the massive of in fact, and that will be nígbà níjọ́ kò lọ́tọ́ dáwọ́ fún un ní ló bèèrè pé dáwọ́ tó fún níbi tó kò sẹ́ni tó dá ìdòwò ó ti ẹ́ sí it's part of it. Then providing education of someone coming to school or going to school or getting out of school, but inviting people to sit down and then talk together on the nutritional value. The importance of taking good food. What the good food, in fact, will not check up hospital sometimes. And the medical director of that facility told me, you know, you have to supplement. Food supplement will need it. I'm looking at the other one. When I'm looking at it, so, advocating for policy changes. Yes. Last administration, President Muhammad Buhari has graciously assigned to Nigeria Social Work Council. It has been inaugurated and meeting in chairman. Once the chairman is in place now, I want to tell you, every organization in Nigeria, both formal and informal, must have at least 2 workers. It will be mandatory. The federal government demands LAUTECH will have at least combined 2 social workers in this facility and other organizations, both formal and informal, so that at least we working together and most of the things that social work practice is serving for humanity to get some of the things. Collaborations. We collaborate with some that we have a lot of organizations that give food free of charge. Every week and a half. And I want to do we continue appealing to them that not stop it after Ramadan. Continue doing it. By the time I will do Ramadan, I want to take care of this. So then, supporting community-based initiative, you have a lot of initiatives, but we are not tapping. We are not tapping them. And the when they realize a member of Young Farmers Club also, you can equally organize something like that in a local environment. That has been, we are in cluster like rice, in cluster like kaka, in cluster like from there, we can have the community of being able to at least feed ourselves and not feed the entire community. Addressing and aligning poverty, housing, instability, and safety. Let's start. Military resources. That is one of the challenges. Oh, yeah, we give our members example. Everybody is reading, you know, they can be careful. And, you know, an example, when I was looking at this, I think I don't know why I'm asking. Okay. First of all, last masters, I said, I think, and kudos to Professor Senang, visiting lecturer in Ph.D. University, Wisconsin University. He said, I'm not going to say, in South Africa, they will be responsible for everything. They will be equal, they will be paying you. The little student they will pay you is even more than the money salary of the lecturer and the senior lecturer of the they do not take salary initiative in Nigeria. One of those of them say we saw we see and nobody, our billionaires are not even ready to assist for them. A typical example is Dangote is sitting on my land. Masa is one of the most communities to have companies in the US. Almost 3 years now, we don't have light. Our electricity is gone. How? Is Dangote telling that reversal will destroy the payables? They did not repair it. And this carpenter has been available. It's just coming because they know there is no power in this fancy. They started paralyzing them for almost 3 years plus. So they are praying for purpose. There is no funding, nobody seeks for system. But I want to assure you, with the coming up of Nigeria Social Council, then funding of the tobacco. And I want to say this year for the other time, the present government is really working. There's a lot of what you made of that, what those that came before you were doing was that, and they got to connect so that they did not even bother to go to the grass and look at the root cause of the scarcity of this, scarcity of that. But this one is trying to stabilize our economy. But to do that, it will seriously affect us. But starting we are getting out of it. We are getting out of it. So funding is another factor. Accessibility barriers. Mama ni àwọn yàwó. Ṣé ẹni tó ní lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ tó lè dé ìlú tẹ̀ kó wá yàwó tẹ̀ tó sọ fún gbọ́dọ̀ gbowó pọ̀ ní àkáǹtì. Tó bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ jù. That is one of the reasons why this new generation online banks are growing. Olówó bẹ̀rẹ̀ olówó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbàjáwó àwọn ènìyàn wọ́n ti nípa fóònù ní síbà. You go there, you just give them the information, back to you. Go or some after this is normal. Challenges and opportunities, transportation barriers. Our roads are very bad. But the time was very important yesterday. Nobody gets the information that go to close to the present government in the state. That is saying, I'm also using this opportunity to appeal to the governor of Los Angeles. He's doing very, very well. He's performing. He's a performer. But the bottom line is, at least from the state, the value of the state to the same consequently to attend, so that at least when I begin to operate in DVC, when I begin to work here as an adult lecturer, I can, from bachelor to take care. Then, what areas? There are many areas. For instance, go to the north, there are some places you cannot even see the words, and you need to address them. How? That is, and going to our for instance, we started so that's the linguistic area, here in motivation, that's another one. Now, that's so good. When I was in secondary school of education, Dr. Spadolo, the community guidance, teaching and training. Mama, you want to get it. And person that will be interested in it, you go to food. Nobody can come when you got one person because one translated. So, like when I was studying, let us try to investigate for Bible so that at least all the things for Bible, I've given us a lot of opportunities for what I can investigate and really you are everyone who is in every other we will also do it. And stigma associated for instance, our funeral, then come out, we continue on this issue. We continue on this issue. What do we do? Àwọn onídùúró owó tí wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọba wọ́n ti jẹ́ rí. Because this is what the stigmas. Irú ẹ̀mí náà wà ní this is ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìṣòro wà lọ́wọ́ báyìí. It's not true. They are not accessing you as a person. They are accessing the office. They are accessing the office. If this is not the one who will be accessing the office, they are that is the stigma. They are stigmatizing that where is working, he has everything. A lot of people are opportunities in creating everything technology for food access and education, building community partnership and collaboration, advocating for policy and increase funding. Yes, these strategies, trauma informed and culturally sensitive approaches. Yes, there are many approaches that can be adopted so that at least we get to the group and we begin to, alleviate the problem of food insecurity. Collaboration with the communities. When you get to have the world round is multidisciplinary world round. You have social work, consultants, psychologists, from there, everyone will come up with a report. This situation or this line that we are looking at, the level international personal interaction with fear. And it consultants, I will be medically speaking. When you are doing what they are saying, that is why we supposed to have interdisciplinary team. And nutritionists are also program. I'm managing lean on so that we all come together and then stay up to date with evidence-based practices and research. Yes, there are a lot of things that we shape that we always regulate that people who are doing it will work for us and it will have a way to the problem of food insecurity. Then, emphasizing empowerment and self-sufficiency. And it's all about rushing on women, nobody will So, we also need empowerment, or at least small company for tó mú aṣọ, kan tó mú kí ìbájẹ́ ìdìbò fún yẹn. Ìjọ lẹ́wọ́ lè ti gbà, ìwà ó dàbí pé bí ti ṣe àjẹ̀dẹ̀ ọbẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ìgbà sọ fún gbọ́dọ̀ wà lẹ́yìn. Then, emphasizing the importance of the solutions and so on. Most times people say about it. What we are doing today is part of it. We are engaging everyone. And I know at the end of the day, we are at least making it interactive so that our people can let them also. Next slide, supporting organizations, the underground collaboration, I want to thank the leadership. Àwọn ẹ̀ka bẹ́ẹ̀ communicational order center fansia gbogbo ọ̀nà àti kọ́ wọ́n máa ń ta fún food security for America ìyẹn tí alágbèbá sì ń sọ lórí ẹ̀ not be there to me because I don be between the community then ní America gbogbo àwọn America yẹn àwọn olùṣiṣẹ́ fún àwọn ọmọ next slide resumption of supplemental nutrition assistance now temporary assistance for youth families. Yes, everyone. Remember, who are the family? Is there anybody in the family? So we all need it. We are all in the family. Woman, the father, she can read. Wonder what my plate is. My plate is. They will just sit down how to do it. Community, what do they need? They will bring it to the hospital. They will bring it to the hospital. They need the family. Recently, in Laporte, this is one of the most when one time I was able to one day we need some hotline, my plate, food finder. No, there is a map. There is a map. When you look at that map, internet is not perfect in this country. And in some countries, the Western world, there are some countries, as soon as you enter that country, you don't need to buy internet, you don't need to buy data. It's already there, it's started. So they will locate you. They will locate you that you need food. They will take you to the hospital. You also need that to food finder, that is the map. Then you know how to get it. Then need some fruits. America, wọ́n máa tọ́jú ẹsẹ̀ mọ́tò. Àwọn adájọ́ sí Sàgbéyàn, àrígbé nígbà àrọ̀fà. Ẹni tẹ́ àjọ àwọn olówó ni wọ́n ní àti bring food oríṣiríṣi lẹ́gbẹ́ ní ọ̀gá ọ̀fẹ́ ìpọ́njú jẹ́ ẹ̀yọ́. Wọ́n máa dàgbẹ́ mọ́tò ẹ̀sìn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn. Then, quantitative indicators, participant feedback and testimonials. Yìí tá a sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá dìgbà ní bàbá yàrá wá sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. Ní àkàrà ní wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n tó gbà tó lọ sí àti ní yàtọ̀ ìyàtọ̀ tó wà. Ok, ẹni tó dẹ̀ máa pè ẹ̀ka kéèsì ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀sọ́lọ́jọ́ wà ní ọ̀pọ̀ ìjọba ṣiṣẹ́ nínú ètò feedback and testimonials. Focus group discussions and community support. Focus group discussions in relation to community to keep people together to ask them questions. We discuss with them, they tell us that we put down something and we work on it. You know, we are going to that that's it. Then, at the community service, then we have some of the organizations. Community needs assessment because maybe not even to overcome money from my descendant. So, community needs assessment is very, very important. Then, observations of social activity and behavior. Then, the second observation is key what is useful practice. Nígbà tí a bá kó ní ilé bóyá ẹgbẹ́ kó ló náà ti fún ọ̀nà ní ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá wúrí ẹgbẹ́ wa fún ọ̀nà ẹgbẹ́ kó ló náà ẹ̀kọ́ ráìsì níbẹ̀ wọ́n máa wá ṣe sí ẹgbẹ́ bá gbé gàrí débẹ̀ ẹ̀kẹ́bà ẹ̀kẹ́jẹ́ lóru. Then, case studies because ẹgbẹ́ bá ti fún mi ẹ̀ma ọ̀sáàbà fún mi. The countenance is good at the giver owó wọn fẹ́ but ọ̀sán tó bá dé láti àná àkókò tó dájú fún àwọn tó bá gbọ́ ọ̀gbìn ahẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó wọ́n ìgbà yẹn so that now we have a response of one how to help people to do this in Nigeria
It's you.
Then we have quantitative indicators and phonetic measurements. We have a lot of because we must measure. It's important for us to measure. Acrobatic measurement is really important in the balance of malnutrition. Yet, the Bible will people about the year coming to ó ti jẹba where you see no nutritional value ó ti jẹba nígbà tó system ẹ̀ kò tẹ̀ digestion and absorption about take it easy. So nutritional knowledge and practices impact and health outcomes. Monitoring and evaluation and frameworks. Logical framework approach theory of change is not the framework outcome mapping. Outcome mapping is very important because at least when we take on that direct internet, we must equally look at it from one perspective that we are not going to achieve. So Russia, for instance, that was one Takuba ìfún. Báwo ló ṣe ṣe? Nígbà tá a lọ sílẹ̀, tá a gbé láìsí lọ, báwo ló ṣe ṣe? Tó o gbìyànjú sí kọ́lé lẹ́yìn, a kọ́ máa ní pàṣípé fún ìgbà àpẹẹsà. Gọ̀mìnì kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ́dọ̀ sọ pé nígbà tá a ṣe fún àyè, a ti pẹ́ pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìlú. So, ago ti lọ, and I think I have to come from the science. Ọmọ àdúgbò kò sí Rules of education security, health distribution, aid assistance programs, nutrition education and counseling, community-based initiatives, support for medical programs, emergency nutrition response. Emergency nutrition response. Ìkẹ́ ìkọ́sí water. Láti wà yìí ni wọ́n kọ́ ilé. Ẹ̀wọ̀n èyí tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ṣe sí. Wọ́n láì fọ́n kí ni ó débi kan. Wà láì débi kan. Mo lè sọ fún pé láìpẹ́ yìí láìsí ọdún tó ló pọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ àti nínú 50 yẹn àwọn náà tó kú sáré nígbò ní ìsinẹ́bà jẹ́ láti ẹ̀rù ìgbàgbọ́ ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ẹ̀mí because wọ́n ti rí láìsí wọ́n ti jẹ́ lọ́dún tó ti ká wá gáàrí. Yes, theories and models and security and football. After ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn tó bá ṣe ní education ní psychology actually master hierarchy learning theory style Abraham master theory social economical theory science-based perspective system theory liberal theory seven kò sáré gbogbo àwọn ìdílé ní analyze láti aláàbò ìwà dáadáa but conclusively, if these theories can be applied and integrated into focus and navigate the complexities of the designing interventions that are realistic, cultural sensitive, and responsive to the needs of individuals and communities. Finally, recommended for maximum implementation and community engagement and engagement. It's not limited to social workers alone. Every one of us has a role in this. Then, assessment and resource planning. We all know also need this. And two are there. One to help one. If one helps one, it becomes two. One to help one. It's very important. collaboration with the services. Yes. We also have to managing ourselves. No. From here, policy advocacy is equally important. Those of us that are in this world, when we go back home, we must be able to tell this advocacy and policy what we have achieved during this election. Support for rural agriculture. We will negotiate the land. Government needs to help local agriculture. Tailored nutritional interventions on the request of medicine, non-power and palliative is equally assisted. Capacity building for social workers. Like an law, if Chairman of National Nigeria Council for Social Workers are now in place and council is properly implemented, I want to assure that capacity building for social workers will be more operational. Monitoring and evaluation, and whatever we do, we will be able to monitor it and evaluate. For instance, we are giving, government people rights to development, but no monitoring, and nobody will evaluate it. That the 1,000 rights that was used for LUKMAN, biological LUKMAN, is a monitor. Then, you know, it's not waffle. So, no monitoring and evaluation. Emergency response planning. Who manage it? If you don't want to say, I got to go to the hospital. How many people are going to do it? Now, I don't know if 1 hour. That is what is happening in the hospital. And it's like at least, a lot of things will be on the internet. You can do a lot of things now. We can equally use that to benefit that opportunity. One knows what is happening in each of the communities. Lórí social media. Gbogbo àtàkùn ìgbésẹ̀ àwọn Amẹ́ríkà. Àwọn táwọn ọmọ tó ń ìgbà lórí ìdájọ́ ìdájọ́ tí wọ́n ń kọ́lé far from them. Ọ̀pẹ́ta láti ṣe ìjọba yìí. Yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ níkàlẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ ní òní. From there, ìgbàlódé finally, the recommendations, if the recommendations are considered, I want to tell you that we usually thank you.
Thank you.